What's going on, everybody? Another indicator for you guys that I created on yesterday. If you haven't already, go to TradingView, search Rogers 1906. Under Rogers 1906, where it says scripts, you can click on any of the indicators I've created and add them to your chart. But the one I want to talk to you about today is the Red E Institutional Flow Tracker Pro. This allows you to see if something is being manipulated. And basically, you want to be able to detect what the institutions are doing if you're trying to go into a swing trade, so you don't end up having to go into something and either panic sell or even stay in something that may be at a loss. So it looks at the buying and selling pressure through volume analysis, the money flow calculations, and manipulation that happens through the market makers. So just to show you guys a little breakdown about it, I'm going to use Netflix as an example. And I'm going to actually just go to the daily time frame. It doesn't matter. This works on any time frame that you like to trade on. And as you can see here, it had a real strong sell signal that came in on October the 22nd. Okay. As the sell signal weakens, right, it goes up, and if you hover over, say, the yellow dots represent manipulation. It will actually tell you the price volume and a recommendation for educational purposes to either stay out and not trade it, or in this example, maybe buy a call on this time frame because it started to recover, right? It also has a moving average line that flows with this to kind of tell you exactly what's getting ready to happen as well. So it told you a sell here, it flowed down, and then of course it went up briefly. And if it's gray, it's more of like a gray area, a neutral area. So depending on what time frame that you're on, it's not it'll either go green, red, or gray. So if it's gray, you may not want to stay in it a long time or shorten your time frame to see if you can catch a quick snipe in and out for a day trade possibly. But for the swing trades, once we see that green come in, of course, we want to be looking more upside for calls or maybe shares. For the red, we may want to be in puts or maybe in an inverse position, what have you, right? So at any rate, whenever we see the yellow, that is definitely manipulation. Also, it tells you the regime is bearish based on this time frame. But if I go to, say, Netflix on the 10-minute here, right, it's still telling me it's bearish. And as far as the swing signals, telling me to monitor it versus getting in it, right? Here it even tells me manipulation warning, high volume with minimal price movement, possible spoofing, or wash trading, stay out, do not trade, tighten your stop losses. Now, of course, when the hold signal comes in, that hold signal is triggered based from the original signal. So in this case, on the 10-minute, we had that sell signal come in, and they're saying, okay, even though we're kind of recovering a little bit, you might want to hold the line with your puts on Netflix. Okay. So it works on multiple time frames. It also tells you the flow strength based on volume and whatever time frame that you're on, the money flow profile, and the activity. Of course, this one is neutral. And if there's any unusual volume detected, for example, let's look at Tesla. All right, let's go to a shorter time frame right now. All right, let's see, 45-second. No, none there. All right, so here's an example. So Tesla 16-minute, it has unusual volume. If it doesn't, it's going to flat out say no, or to have that line to reflect neutral, or to have a gray box. So the dashboard there tells you, exactly what you should consider for educational purposes. For example, Tesla swings based on the 16-minute time frame, potentially hold the upside. So hold a long position, whether it be shares or a call option. But the more you zoom out, you'll get different perspectives. Here on the 78-minute time frame, it's telling us, even with this buy signal, possible manipulation, right? But it does tell us to continue holding, and it also tells us there's a possible manipulation here in the box as well. So you get a lot of confluence of what you would actually see in the chart. I just felt that we needed to have some type of indicator to reflect what the institutions are doing. So when you have an opportunity, go check out the Red E Institutional Flow Tracker Pro.